Myself, Miss Rachna Jain, Associate Professor, Department of English, Government PG College, Rajgarh, Alwar. In this video lecture, I am going to discuss use of irony in the novel The Guide. This novel is in the syllabus of BA Part 3rd English Literature, Paper 2nd, and this is my 9th video lecture on this novel, The Guide. R.K. Narayan's conception of humor and irony is meticulously achieved in The Guide. We get a glimpse of the complexity of life in this novel through irony of motives, characters, situations, and ideas. Narayan behaves like Chaucer when the matter of religion arrives. Narayan satirizes the corruption of the sadhus through irony. Sainthood is reduces to a matter merely of external appearance when Raju thinks to compose his feature for his professional role and smooths out his beard and hair and sits down in the seat with a book in his hand. Raju, the protagonist, is a victim of the irony of life. His life, which moves from birth to death, symbolizes the rise and fall of man in life. Though Raju detests Marco, the scholar, ironically, he teaches others all his life. Raju is trusted by Marco, but ironically, Raju seduces his wife. He hides Marco's book to keep his control over Rosie, but this act of deception ironically alternates her. He forges Rosie's signature for greed and to keep her away from Marco, but instead he loses her. Instead of a box of jewelry, a warrant for his arrest arrives. His attempt to hide Marco's generosity ironically exposes his deceit, and Rosie loses her respect for him. Ironically, Marco, the scholar who studies dead things and is unaware of his surroundings, ends in outwriting Raju, the clever guide. Raju's pride over his role in Rosie's success ironically replaces by the realization that she is capable of even great success without him. Thus, Raju is the victim of irony at every step in the story, The Guide. After his release from prison, Raju wants a life of solitude, but ironically he becomes a fake Swami. He is surrounded by villagers, poor people, and greatness is thrust upon him. They believe that a superior soul has come to live near their village. In order to appear wise, Raju tells the story of a man who fasted for 12 years to appease the gods. Ironically, he too has to have to fast to appease the rain god. His own story rebounds on him, and the fake Swami has to fast to keep up the faith of the people. Once again, he is the victim of the irony when he tells Valen's half brother that he will not eat till they stop fighting. His aim is to get food, but ironically, the message is distorted and the villagers come without food. It is ironical that his desire for food results in him fasting for life. In a desperate bid to save his life, he confesses to Valen in the hope that he will condemn him and give him food. But ironically, Valen pardons him as the frank confession confirms Valen's belief in his goodness. Thus, the man who becomes a fake Swami becomes of food, becomes a true servant because of food, and becomes a true Swami once he renounces food. Thus, Raju faces the unexpectations at every stage. At every stage, he gets what he rejects. He is denied what he wants. Narayan satirizes the thing through irony. In this novel, he refers to lawyers' 5-year plan, red tapeism, postal services, efforts to eradicate mosquitoes, etc., all expose the irony of life. The reaction of the government to Raju's fast is ironical. While special arrangements are made for the fasting Swami and the pilgrims who throng to see Raju, but nothing is done to help the drought affected villagers. The ignorant villagers, the government, and the elite are also satirized as they affirm their belief in the fake sadhus. Equally ironical is the interview of the American journalist. The final lines of the book, as Raju steps into the water for the last time, are both hopeful and ambitious, and the complexity is once again achieved through the use of irony. Raju opened his eyes, looked about, and said, "Villain, it is raining in the hill. I can feel I coming up under my feet, up my legs." He sat down. It may simply be an illusion because of his physical weakness. So Narayan very aptly exposes and ridicules human follies and weaknesses through irony. His irony arises from the bringing together the opposites and the contrasting them. Irony, in its broadest sense, is a rhetorical device, a literary technique, or event in which what on the surface appears to be the case or to be expected differs radically from what is actually the case. And the irony of life may be defined as the happening of the undesired and unexpected. In life, we expect one thing and get it exact opposite. And what we get is not only unexpected, it is also undesired. Life is little ironies make Narayan's novels tragic comedies of mischance and misdirection. The guide is no exception to this general rule. It is also a study of human life, little ironies erected against the backdrop of the Malgudi. Narayan uses irony both on the level of character, situation, and ideas, and his total view is of reality. In his comic mode of presentation, he uses irony as his major technique. But his irony is hardly, if ever, bitter. It is very sweet and genial. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.